Okay, so last video here, we went ahead and got the baggable plant mod up to 112. Additionally, before that, we got it up to all the other versions and working and everything. It's doing pretty well, some recipe issues, but with this one, we're going to go ahead and start on the first block mod. So we're going to use the oil ore mod to test how blocks behave in the newer versions. This may take a little bit longer as items are pretty easy, but blocks are going to be a little bit more trickier from what I've been told. So I'm going to go into the 1.7 here, and we're going to want to go find our oil ore mod, hit copy on this, then pop up to 1.8, SMB, and then paste it right down in here, and just get started on this. So first things first, I want to go ahead and open this up in 1.8, and didn't refresh. Go 1.8. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, GitCracker is actually pretty good. It's probably one of the better softwares I've actually found that does update. So let's see. We want to make a new branch. I need to not forget to do this. I forgot a couple times yesterday and had to remake branches. Hit push real quick, submit. That way the branch is actually on the live. And then we want to go into our build.gradle. Do we actually have a build? Yeah, we do. Right there it is. And we want to come down, and I think this whole thing needs to be updated. So I'm actually going to pop up to wooden shears. And I'm just going to copy its build.gradle and just dump it back into the other file. Place file and destination. Here we go. Let's go ahead and close these guys. Get rid of that. So this should run now. So all I have to do is go, well, I don't have a dev script in here. Oh, that's cool. That's not a problem though. I just have to come in here, grab this, hit edit, and I just need this part. Actually, I'll grab the whole part. So if you don't have wonderful build scripts like I do, all you gotta do is shift, open command window, paste this line. So you went Gradle W, setup decomp workspace, ID, gin IntelliJs. Then the rest of this stuff is just specific to our build scripts. To be honest, I don't think this curse ID stuff is even used anymore. And then refresh dependencies and stuff. Refresh dependency part is optional. It just kind of makes sure that things are working appropriately. Cleans up a little bit of the code. This will run, this will set our workspace up, and we can start figuring out how we're going to do stuff. Now I'm going to go hunt down a tutorial on this because, well, I have not actually took the time to read up on how to do blocks. Let's do McJetties here, or however you pronounce his name. I have a feeling I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time, but to be honest, I have never actually asked him how his name is pronounced. Wouldn't be surprised if he tells me to call him by something else if I ever met him. Yeah, I'm in the wrong place. I want, yeah, click that, go here. I'm always amazed how quickly GitHub's search system works, or rather doesn't work sometimes. Open up here, he's got mod tutorials. Now he should have a 1.8 branch, and in here should be a block. So he's got some blocks. Your first block. So that's cool. Oh, did we fail? Start, make. Problem occurred. Could not get property start. Oh yeah, because this is like old. Shoot. How do you get the start reviz? Okay, I think it wants this number, so hit copy. And then it's looking for, if I can bring this over here. My brain can sync onto the line. That number's a bit too long. Okay, so let's just type in the number from up there. I think it, yeah, we'll just do that. So BC8FA1. So I think it's what it wants. I'll get Dmod to confirm that with me here later, and we'll rerun it. Okay, where was I with the tutorial thing? Okay, so there's a model block. Okay, set custom resource. So it looks like this is probably all we have to do is just run this command line here. It looks like this is about the same for everything. Should side be rendered as normal cube? Yeah, it looks all good. Multi-textured blocks. Set block state based on with property of face. Yeah, wow. The good thing is oil ore block is going to be a single textured, so simple textured block. Yeah, so you just set the custom text. So that's good. We don't have to do much then. So we'll go ahead and we'll copy this. And now the other thing we want to do is go look at what the model looks like. So we'll go back to main, resources, assets. Okay, block states is what I think we're looking for. And what is this called? This is called simple texture block. So this is what we're looking for. That's not bad. That's actually pretty nice. Just gotta wait for this guy to run then. Actually, we don't need to wait for this to run. So we're gonna go ahead and Control A, Control C. And we'll just go ahead and get working on the resources here. So I believe we need a folder called block states. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely like thank McJetty some more here when I get a chance. Because if without tutorials from like Grey Ghost and a few other people, I probably wouldn't have got updated. So this is good. I'm just gonna call it oil block. I'll rename this later. It's also .json. Yeah, change file. Open up. Put you in here. And we'll just leave that for the second here while I wait for this to actually load up. Actually, I can change the mod domain while I wait, because we can actually see that at the top. So it's SMB oil ore. And I think the block is just called oil ore 2, so we can just pump that over there. We can check the code, I guess, while we're waiting. So source main, Java, com, BuiltBroken, oil ore mod. Yeah, it is called oil ore. Lungs are not thrilled with me today. So yeah, just go ahead and rename that then. So we're going to go back to main, back to resources, assets, SMB, block states, and I want to stay back up in that folder. Shoot. Close you, close you. Seems to be running over here at least. Hasn't crashed yet. We've got oil ore there. We are going to have to do one for the item models. I'll go ahead and copy that from Wood Shears. And I think it's all we got to do. According to at least McJetty's tutorial. He does things differently than I do, of course. But it's okay. Because one thing is he does inside of his mod folder, he'll do this. I always do this in the client proxies. I want 0 client code in my block files. Just kind of how I've been taught how to do it. But I'm pretty old school. I used to mod back in the day when you had to have a separate client folder, common folder, and server folder. And you had to release like 2 versions of your mod. And then back when LAN came out, there was 3 versions. Although that all disappeared when I think 1.6 came out. They went to like 1 version. To be honest, I think it was like 1.47 is when they started that transition, and it didn't really get cleaned up all the way into 1.6. Although I still miss 1.2.5. Those were some cool days. Although, to be honest, I might be misremembering all this. I've modded for so many different versions of Minecraft that it's real easy for me to forget what exactly happened in what order. Because after all, I started modding in the alpha days of Minecraft, and there was the beta days. We're in the release days of Minecraft, so the version numbers overlap a little bit. And of course, doing this for 7 years, that you're going to forget things anyways. So go ahead and get Lombok set up. We're not going to use it though, I just like to have it set up though. Go ahead and pop this open. And let's go ahead and open the main file and see what breaks. Everything broke. I want to say we had that same problem we had last time we went update a mod, and that it failed to load the... No, it loaded it. At least it looks like it did. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it loaded just fine. So why are our imports all screwed up? Do this real quick. Remove this. Ah, I guess that's working. I guess the imports just changed. Let's scroll up. I want to see what the imports look like now. Oh yeah, it's now FML. So we changed it from his name to FML. That's cool. I'm happy about that actually. I'm surprised I didn't notice that with the last 2 mods I updated. I guess I just kind of went through doing my normal thing. Harvest level. Block state. Oh yeah, you're fine. Block or default state. Okay, texture names aren't a thing anymore. Yeah, if you didn't notice, the item for the item oil ore mod is literally just the default item with stuff attached to it. Went for the most laziest approach possible. Okay, so we need iWorld generation class, which we do have. What's up? Maybe just imports need to be fixed. Yeah, imports need to be fixed. Because I would doubt they would change a lot of the world gen code. Oh, yeah, this is oh, this is going to be fun to fix. The reason I say that too is this is a Pathfinder you're looking at right there, and if that breaks any particular way, we could be here for hours. I think values is what we want. Okay, yeah, they don't have an unknown value. So we want to get block states now, so gonna get rid of this. The reason we're gonna get rid of that is we're gonna switch to the block pos system because it's the same thing but offers a lot more ability than that little thing at the bottom had. And then it can easily replace. Actually, yeah, we'll just continue pasting because I don't want to do a control replace because it'll break. Is there not an add method for this? No, it's a Vicky 3. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. When you're faced with something that doesn't work, the best option is to just kind of do it the hard way rather than trying to come up with some inventive solution. Because if you get done the hard way, then you can just come back later and make more elegant code. But there's no point in something as simple as this. Okay, so we're going to have to replace all those. Replace a lot of this. Good thing is we can actually start using just the next position to get the block state. So do that down here, except we want to change this to pause. Okay, so this would be pause.getX. Cool. So we want to go ahead and do a find and replace for all x values. Okay, replace all. Do the same thing with Y. Hopefully don't break anything. Same thing with Z. Double cross so we don't break anything. Okay, yeah, we broke some things. So this is the stuff that needs to actually be left alone. Okay, last thing we want to do is set block. This is going to be default block state. It's going to be set block state. And then this, of course, is going to have to be that. There we go. That should work. This will take a little bit of effort to test because I don't have tools on hand to test this because they're not updated. Yeah. This needs imported changes. This isn't too bad. I mean, updating a lot of these mods is going to be a good effort to see what's going on. It's a great way to prototype. What do we got broken here? Okay, you want a resource location. New resource location. This won't even work until I'm done updating to the newer thing. Fluid container recipe. Okay, build and rebuild. Actually, I hit the wrong one. I wanted rebuild project, not recompile that, because that's going to just crash on us. Come on, IntelliJ. There you go. You know, for the number of people that voted on wanting to watch me stream, we have like nobody actually here. Okay, set a localized name. Super.get experience drops. Hey, we get a block pause with this now. That's cool. I like that. Okay, and we rebuild one more time, and we still got to do the item texter, but we're going to go ahead and just test them all without the item texter. And we're going to see if everything... Actually, we need a register, which means we need a client proxy and a common proxy. So new package, client, and then a new thing, common proxy, public void pre-init, copy you, new Java class, client proxy, extends common proxy, and the most monotone voice I can manage. Yeah, and here we want to go ahead and do that piece of code we saw on McJetty's tutorial, and go ahead and register our stuff. Import class, and we don't want to do this. We want to go oil or mod dot block or. And we want to actually go ahead and do this. So item equals. Then we can do item here, and then we can do item.get registry name. That'll work. We want to do this, of course, for our other item too, even though it's not functional. So it'd be item oil, and it'd be item oil right here. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing it this way, just do this. Item equals. There we go. Reusable code. could do a for loop here too, but it's a bit of an overkill. So that looks good. Now we really just need one more model and we're good to go. Let's just go ahead and do that before we test, because it's just going to waste more time if I don't. So what we want to do is go models, items, copy you. We're going to have to make a package for this though. So package models, and then package item. And then just paste, I think. Except this would be oil item, I think is what this is called. Let's go back here and go figure out what our name is. Yep, oil item. This would be refractor, rename, oil item, refractor. Click here, do the same exact thing. And then the domain would be SBM oil ore. And that should do it. So those should both load up by default. We're going to have to fix our runtime here, so we just got to switch it. Just tell what module it works on, and we're good to go. What do we have video time? 18 minutes? We're not doing too bad here. If we keep these down to like small episodes, I'm pretty sure we can get a lot of mods in. This will probably be the last one for today, though. I gotta figure out which one I really want to do tomorrow, though. Trying to do a mod a day, because this is going pretty well. I've got it kind of figured out. We will probably hit a few issues. If we probably hit an issue with Oil War mod, then I'll probably have to just keep working on it, maybe a little bit tomorrow as well. I'm really liking the possibility of maybe updating Helm Bucket, because that'll be a good network mod to test, because that mod has some network code in it that would be useful to toy around with and see how the network code behaves over multiple versions, as a lot of the stuff in Voltage and ICBM depends on network code functioning. Creative mode, create new world. Still only got one person on. That's myself too. The all alone face is a good thing meme to put on the front of these episodes now. Oh well. It's more of my fault than nobody else's. I haven't been announcing these videos. Or I mean, streams, or what do you want to call them. Okay, so we're looking for... What mod did we just up to? Yeah, oil ore. So that means it's on this tab. Okay, so it's not working there. And then the oil clump isn't working either. So neither of those models loaded properly. Now, did the ore generator work? I don't have a good way to test this. Okay, let's go ahead and turn my audio off in game. Okay. Oh, something there. Oh, it's granite. Just like none of the ore generators seem to be working right now. I don't see like any kind of ore anywhere. There's some iron. It is possible the ore generator could not be working. Because we should have seen some by now. It's not surprising if it does fail because, wow. It would have been amazing if it updated cleanly like that. Okay, so we're going to have to make a new world after this, but let's go ahead and get the textures fixed, and then I'll toy with the ore generator here on my own. So saving exit here, and let's go take a look at the console and see what it spat out of us. We got no errors on the console, so it loaded the models correctly. Now what we may have messed up on is just the location of... Yeah, I see what I messed up on. I put the name of the item there rather than the actual name of the texture. So that'll fix that guy, and then we want block states, and we'll do him next, and... That's right, I got two textures. We're going to go with the nicer of the two. Huh, I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. So we got block states. Now what I have a feeling is that we have models too. Yeah, we have models too. You would think it would have bitched about not being able to load it. So we did simple texture model. Yeah. Okay, Control A, Control C. And we want to make a new one here. So we'll have to go out to our whole folder out here because IntelliJ's got that weird collapsing structure that I don't feel like turning off just to fix this. Unless you want to know how to turn it off, there's literally just a setting up here for it. Is it called block? Yeah, it's called block, okay. So we want a new thing here called oil ore. I did not want a folder, I wanted a text file. And forgot the extension. Yes. Block.cube. And we just gotta get our names correctly here. So SBM oil ore. And then we want oil underscore ore. Now save. And that should do us pretty good there. I think it's everything, yeah. I kind of like this. I actually, even though I was against the JSON transition, mainly because I knew how much work it was going to be, I do actually like the prospect of using JSON models for everything. It's kind of nice. It's something that definitely has benefits, especially when you're doing simplistic things. This means I can edit my textures without actually writing code, which is I'm trying to do with my own stuff. I see the future of game development and modding is just going to be entirely data-driven like this. Because if you can get the logic down, there's no need to rewrite code over and over again. Even software developers are heading this direction with reusable components. So you're going out like you want a banking app, I can just put a whole bunch of reusable components together and then reskin them, and there you go, you got a banking app. Not that I would actually do that though, because I'm not one of those people that likes to go grab a whole bunch of reusable components just to make a new application. I still like to manually code a lot of my stuff. Okay, I didn't fix anything. And we got no errors in the console. What gives? What the what? What the flip? It works in world. Let's see if this one does the same thing. I've had that happen before. No, it's just flat out broken. This should work. Let me check the metadata on, no, because we don't have any metadata on the oil ore items. That's not it. We don't have any metadata on this guy, so that's not it. Plus, this is working in world, which doesn't make sense. Textures all. Yes, that's fine. Cube.all. So like an item texture I need to have too. Let me pop to the item folder. I don't think that's it. I don't think we need to mess with states at all. Maybe we're grabbing the wrong registry name. Let's try that. Means I might as well come down here and change this too. Get rid of this. A little less overlap. I mean, it looks fine. I mean, we're registering these both in pre-init. Go over the oil ore mod. Yeah, these are both being registered. Ah, we're not calling our pre-init. That's exactly what's wrong. We missed a step. This happens. So public, common, proxy, proxy. And then we need to do at mod, or at proxy, I think is what it is. Sided proxy. Okay, that works. So server side equals, I just grab the domain from up here rather than trying to remember what it is. So common proxy, and then client proxy. Same thing, except it'd be client.client proxy. And of course we can also do mod ID as well if we want to. It's optional. And actually, cool thing we can do with this one is this one's actually one of the few SMB mods I have that declares this as a static value. So we can just call domain on that, which is right above here. That looks good. Now we just need to go down here. Proxy.prenet. And that should fix it. So there was nothing wrong with our actual system. It's just dirt for days. And I'll go pop my mixer window back open. Last thing I need to do is not respond to chat like I did yesterday. Still thinking I might switch back over to Twitch. I used to actually get quite a few people watching me when I used to be on Twitch. But that was back when I developed Volts heavily and did a lot of other things. Oh, wow. Why did it do that? What did I mess up? Okay, hold on. Let me pop the console back up. Type com broken into com oil ore mod. What? Why is it doing oil ore mod? Oh, the fill is not static. Okay, I see what I messed up. Derp. Yeah. Been a long morning. But yeah, I used to actually get quite a few people watching me when I did Twitch streaming. I think the highest I had was like 40 people. But yeah, that was back when I actually did Volt's work. I worked on ICBIM in 1.5 and 1.6 with Calclavia. And they were mainly watching because I worked with Calclavia, though. I still always hate that about when I did work for him, is that he got most of the fame, even though a lot of us did a lot of work in the background. I want to say 35 to about 50% of the work for a lot of the mods. I wasn't the driving force behind him. After all, Calclavia didn't make a lot of the content, and my main job was to make sure the content continued to work. Which did end up meaning I did a ton of work to get that to function. Because even though Calclavia is really good at making content, he sucked at making sure that content stayed functional. Anyways, our textures are working. Make sure we check our third person stuff too. Yeah, the third person, yeah, what broke. GG. Okay. This is what I get for copying and pasting code. Do this. History. Yeah, we'll go use Grey Ghost's repository. I like his a little bit better than I like McJetty's, because he's got his numbered. Block variants, smart block model. Yeah, we're going to come back here. So we want a simple block. So block simple. Everything looks good, solid. Yeah, everything looks nice. Startup client only. Yeah, so he does the same exact system. The only thing I don't like about Gray's is that he makes a lot of extra fields for some reason. I don't know if that's just the way he was taught how to program or whatever. It happens. Okay, so that looks good. That means we want to pop back up here and we want to look at what his models look like. So resources, assets, block states. So he has a simple block state. That looks good. We're actually going to use his real quick. So what does mine look like? Yeah, mine looks a little bit different here. So I want to go ahead and use his. And that way I get a little better handling by trying to use the vanilla format. Plus it's smaller. Like flat out, it's just smaller. So we'll use that. Let's actually take a look at some of these other block states and see if there's a difference when you start hitting certain... Oh yeah, here's variations. This part is going to be a pain. This is where I want to actually end up using something like a smart model, because you notice how there's no... I don't think there's anything in here for smart models. Just block camouflage. Tile any data blocks. Yeah, we're definitely going to come back to his thing to go look at things. He's got a lot of just absolutely nice examples. The sad thing is, it took me a while to find his tutorials, because they were buried deep on some forum. These things should be kind of pinned up on the Forge forum. Okay, so here's a simple model. Yeah, so we don't have a problem with this, so this isn't what we're going to have any issues with. See if this changes at all. Yeah, he's got some... Don't know what's going on here. I think he made a model, that's what that is. And let's check the items here, see if we need a... Yeah, so there's an item for the block symbol JSON. Okay, this is the part we're missing. Actually, you know what we can do here? I can hit save as. Save. And do this. And do that. And this will be oil ore I'll make sure I give this guy a shout out too for having nice tutorials. And we just need to rename this to our mod stuff. Of course, refactor and rename its extension too. So this is SMB. Actually, SBM. I'm always going to get that wrong. I think Lim ADC was poking at me fun for that, messing that one up a lot. Yeah, we got this in the right spot though. So yeah, assets, items. So yeah, we just need the state and we just need the basic rotation, scaling, and everything else. And then, do we got the names right? Actually, this is not what I want to look at. Yeah, I think we got the name right. Or no, does it want... I think it wants the texture up here. Yeah, so we'll try that. And then we'll go ahead and relaunch and make sure to see if that works. And then we'll test the world generating code one more time here. May have to go see if I can find a tool real quick to blow up the ground. I could probably write one. Actually, just go clone one real quick. At least one good thing, the mute button on the stream works. So I actually was sitting over here looking like, what? I just remember I clicked that, so every time I go to cough, I can click that instead of coughing directly into the mic where you guys can hear it. It was almost done here. Then importing this to 1.9 should be pretty straightforward. It's just some import changes. Probably going to have some issues at some point with the world generation code and the furnace recipes. I'm not even sure the furnace recipes work at 1.12. I have literally not tested that at all yet. But that's the whole point where we're updating these SMB mods, is we're prototyping and testing all the behavior and logic. Okay, and we broke it. Is it at least the right size? No. Okay, what did we break? No errors in console, so it's a texture issue. Let's grab this thing, hop over here, and just paste that. Probably why I was missing the blocks part. Maybe? Could be it. Where's Greg Ghost's example? No, he's just got block there. Oh, he's listing the parent file. That's the difference there. So we actually do want that to be named that way. Let's try this again. We'll get it figured out. It's one little step at a time. Ah. I didn't really turn out flavor-wise the way I thought it. I've got this drink I made, which is fruit juice with Sprite. It tastes okay. Thought it was going to taste better, though. Trying to try other options so I'm not sitting here drinking Coca-Cola or Pepsi or things that are going to not be as healthy. Fruit juice is a little better healthy-wise. Although nothing's really helping that cough, though. It's the only downside with the way this summer's been. We go from cold to hot and cold to back. I get in constant colds. Okay, I think it worked. Yes, it worked! The size is correct. It renders really nicely. Let me make sure the size is correct on this one. Yeah, that's good. Now we just got to test the origin generator, which I will do here later and just give you guys the news if I fix it or not in the next episode.